You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
.019er, steady and holding.
Fuel consumption, normal.
On course, X6. Hold coordinates.
Oxygen supply? Check.
How does she look?
Beautiful, General. Just beautiful.
Flight path?
Right on the button, sir.
No corrections?
Hardly any. Couple of degrees starboard pitch right after takeoff.
And the crew?
A-okay, sir. A little cramped on the ship, but that's about it.
Good. The White House will be pleased.
About a test flight?
The president's a big fan of the X6. He pushed it through Congress.
Hey, then maybe I'll have a job next year.
You will, Billings. You will. Count on it. This is the first step. She makes it back in one piece, and it's all systems go.
General, I've got the telemetry report.
Send it over to data control.
Right away, sir.
You boys have done well.
So far, so good.
Bring her in smooth, and you can take tomorrow off.
Oh, you got it, General. Couple more hours, and she's headed back home.
Patch me through to the ship, will you? I'd like to thank the crew personally.
No problem. Set frequency.
Roger that.
X6. Calling the X6. Do you read?
Try again.
X6. Do you read? This is flight control. X6. Calling the X6.
Must be some electrostatic interference.
Keep trying.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank those boys for a job well done and tell them we'll be waiting with bells on. Maybe not a ticker tape parade this time, but that'll come.
Sir?
Yes?
They seem to be...
Seem to be what?
What's the problem?
Well, I don't know.
Out with it, man. Something wrong?
It's just that I can't find them on the radar screen.
Let me see.
What does that mean?
It means... Well, sir, it means they seem to have disappeared.
What?
Could be a tower malfunction.
I'll switch to backup.
Nope. Main system's working.
Clear skies, no commercial flights in our airspace. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Give me missile tracking. This is General Carstairs at Flight Control. Yes. Do your instruments show a crash? Not just in the desert, anywhere in North America. Are you sure? Then do this. If you register an impact, call me on the secure line. No, I don't expect one, just a routine check. Yes, I'm positive. We have nothing here. Not a thing.
What's going on? It's not on the screen.
It has to be somewhere.
Still sweeping, sir.
Where did it go?
Sir?
If you had the X6 on the screen and you spoke to the men on board...
Less than 5 minutes ago.
Then where are they? A spacecraft doesn't just disappear, vanish into thin air, does it? Well, does it?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Then in heaven's name, where is it?
As you may have gathered, the name of the ship in question is the X6. Her type, a new experimental craft on a high-altitude test above the Earth's atmosphere. Purpose? To gather data for the construction of the world's first space station. Recent history? Unknown, at least to those who weren't on board. But in short order, we're going to meet the crew and hear the story from their point of view, and a very unusual story it is, of a flight that departed from its course long enough to pass through the Twilight Zone.
And now, the Twilight Zone and our story, And When the Sky Was Opened, starring Barry Bostwick with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Well, Doc?
Just a minute, Colonel.
What's the verdict?
Pulse is fine. On the slow side, in fact.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We went through this yesterday, didn't we?
You know the Air Force. Check and double check. They've got a big investment in the X6.
So, there's a little glitch. Probably an O-ring.
A little glitch. The hydraulics froze and the soft landing chute didn't deploy. You are lucky to be alive.
That's what all the flight training was for.
Relax your arm.
Doctor,
Hold still, please.
I want to ask you something.
Don't move your arm. 115 over 80. Not bad.
Told you, Doc. I could have phoned it in.
All right. That's all for now. Get yourself some breakfast downstairs. Hey, go easy on the cholesterol, okay?
How's the Colonel?
Who?
Jack Harrington.
You're the only colonel I've seen this morning.
I get it. You call me in, but he gets to stay home and sleep it off. Pretty nice duty.
Harrington. Where have I heard that name?
You have a heck of a sense of humor.
Did you have a question?
It can wait. I want to, check with someone first.
Well, look, try not to worry about anything. You may be a little disoriented for a day or two. Need any, medication while you're here? Sleeping pill? Muscle relaxant?
Me? Never felt better in my life.
If you experience any headaches, neck pains, that sort of thing, give me a call.
And forget about me. Gart's the one with the busted leg. He's still on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, he'll be in a cast for a while. He's healing fine, though.
3rd floor. Room 14, wasn't it?
Well, you should know. Gonna stop by?
I was thinking about it.
Go ahead. Give him a hard time, just not too hard. Tell him I'll be by on my rounds. Oh, and congratulations, Colonel Forbes, to both of you.
What?
Haven't you seen the paper? You're heroes.
We flew the course, nothing special.
Well, the force is proud of you just the same. The nation is.
Just doing our job.
Here, take this with you if you like.
I've already seen it.
Then give one to Major Gart. They've got copies all over the base. But they're going fast. Colonel, come here. Can I ask you something? If it's not classified?
Yes?
What happened up there
How do you mean?
when they lost you on radar?
If I could tell you, Doc, I would. You and the General and everyone else. All I know is we must have lost pressure because we blacked out.
For quite a few hours.
The next thing I knew, we were down and the chopper was airlifting us out of there. That's it. End of story.
But you made it. That's what counts.
Yes. Yes. I guess it is.
I want her completely broken down, piece by piece. Whatever it was, we've got to find it.
Doing the best we can, sir.
How's the investigation coming?
Now, so far, everything checks out.
Meaning?
The only damage evident is from the touchdown. She came in on her belly at something close to 300 miles an hour. Must have buckled part of the landing gear. Wasn't fully extended.
That's why the wing looks the way it does?
She plowed through a sand dune just before she stopped.
If you want my opinion, sir,
By all means.
I don't think you're going to find anything wrong.
Well, that may or may not be. But for now, we've got a mystery on our hands. We need answers.
Well, it would be my suggestion
Yes?
that if you want to unravel this mystery, you better check the crew, not the aircraft.
The crew can't tell us a thing.
How's that?
We had them on radar for the first couple of hours. Everything went strictly by the book. Then they disappeared for 24 hours.
Oh, until they crashed down in the Mojave Desert.
They must have lost consciousness because they don't know anything. The only way we're going to get answers is to dismantle the aircraft.
Unless one of the crew members gets his memory back and fills in the blanks.
And so far, they're not talking.
Now, be that as it may. I want to see every nut, bolt, and screw laid out on the hangar floor in order. Every wire, every piece of insulation. If there's anything wrong with this baby, anything at all, we're going to find it.
Yes, sir. On the double, sir.
Dr. Bridges to the infirmary. Dr. Bridges.
Oh, hello, Colonel. I didn't see you.
That's all right, nurse. No harm done.
How are you feeling, sir?
Fine, thank you. How's Major Gart?
Coming along nicely. You can go on in if you like. He'll be glad to see you.
Thanks. I will.
Is that one of the pilots? The ones who crashed?
Yes, Colonel Forbes.
He's cute.
He is. But did you see his eyes?
Blue, I think.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, they've got a kind of far look. Like his body's here, but, I don't know, his mind's somewhere else. I don't know where. I just hope he's okay.
Come in.
There he is.
And there you are, the prodigal colonel.
Not disturbing you, am I?
Nothing could disturb me in here. More like a prison ward. No Playboys, no hot fudge sundaes.
I was on my way out.
Can't stay away, huh?
Doc wanted to see me.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Me? No, just routine.
I'd offer you a drink, a shot of straight orange juice.
How's that leg?
Can't feel a thing, which is good. One more thermometer, and I'm going to absent myself from this establishment without official leave. Pull a chair over here by the bed. Take a load off, Colonel.
Sure.
Now, go ahead, tell me. What's it like in the outside world?
Great, Bill, just great.
I can't wait to get out of here. Talk to any of the guys?
Yes.
What about the ship? Did you look her over?
It's under wraps. They've got everybody but the president's cabinet checking it out. Bill, did you see the paper?
Sure. We made the front page.
Only page 3 today. Take a look.
Ooh, steady, Colonel. You go off on a toot last night?
Why?
Your hands, they're shaking. You don't look so good.
Thanks.
Little hungover, huh? No big deal. So what's it say?
Bill, I wanted to talk to you about that.
They spell our names right?
First, I've got to get oriented. If you don't mind, I'd like you to answer some questions.
Shoot.
When did I leave here?
Huh?
When did I get discharged from the hospital? Yesterday morning?
Don't you know?
I don't know anything anymore.
Easy, Colonel.
All I know is I need to verify a couple of things. Now, that shouldn't be very complicated. Around 9:30 yesterday morning, I walked out of here, didn't I?
About that time, I guess.
And who did I walk out with?
Are you kidding? How am I supposed to know who you walked out with? Some nurse you picked up in the hall, probably. What's the matter? Can't remember a name?
I mean, when I left the room, this room, who was with me?
Nobody.
That's just it. You say nobody.
I'm pretty sure I was awake, yes. If you remember it differently,
What's today's paper say? Go ahead, tell me. What's it say?
2 astronauts crash in Mojave Desert. Over a picture of you and me before the flight.
What else?
And in effect, it says that 2 intrepid voyagers into the unknown return from the unknown in one slightly dented spacecraft. Sounds about right.
What about the picture?
I've seen better.
What's in the picture?
Look, if this is a literacy test, I can assure you that even though I'm not a West Point graduate, I can read and write, count up to 10.
Gart, don't get wise with me now. What's it say under the picture? Read it.
Colonel Clegg Forbes and Major William Gart just before their historic flight that ended in a mysterious crash.
That's what you remember?
I don't...
You and me. The X6 taking off. About 2 hours up. We black out, and 24 hours later, we come to in a crashed aircraft in the desert. We don't know where we've been or what's happened. Right so far?
You remember something different?
Bill, there were 3 of us in that craft. There was you, me, and another colonel named Harrington.
What?
Jack Harrington. Don't tell me you've never heard the name. He was 36 years old. He was my best friend. I'd known him for 15 years, and you'd known him for 5. That ship took a crew of 3, and we were the 3. Now, I want you to listen very closely because, Bill, I swear I can prove it to you. I've got to, or I'll lose my mind.
What are you talking about, a 3rd crewman?
They brought 3 of us back to the hospital when they found us in the desert. You, me, and Harrington. Jack and I were just scratched up. You got the busted leg. Yesterday morning, they discharged Harrington and me. There was 3 beds in this room.
Now, wait a minute.
We said goodbye and promised we'd come back today to visit you. Then Harrington and I left to do the town. Now, you tell me none of that sounds familiar?
Clegg, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anyone named Harrington. Whoever he is, he wasn't on the crew with us. The X6 carried 2 men, You and me. Nobody named Harrington. Nobody else at all. When you walked out of here yesterday morning, you walked out by yourself. There were never 3 beds in this room. Only 2, yours and mine. Something's happened to you. I mean it, Clegg. This is an after effect of the crash. It has to be. I think you'd better tell the doctor run some tests.
Look, Bill, let me describe to you what I remember.
Go on. I'm listening.
I'll give you a chronological breakdown of everything that happened as of yesterday morning. First of all, I saw the paper.
The one you just showed me?
No, not that one. Yesterday's edition. I saw it on the stands downtown, only it said that 3 men came back. There was a picture of you, me, and Harrington on the front page, taken just before we took off.
That's impossible.
I know, it must be impossible. You say there were 2 of us. Everyone else says there were 2 of us. And now, that's what it says in today's paper.
Well, then, that should tell you something, shouldn't it? A reality check.
But I know there were 3 of us in that aircraft. They picked 3 of us up in the desert and airlifted us in a chopper, and 3 of us were checked over and debriefed. They kept you here because of your leg, and it was Harrington and I who left this room yesterday morning. Then we requisitioned a staff car and got a ride into town together. Bill, you said goodbye to us from that bed, and then you said, Harrington, keep an eye on Forbes. He can't hold his liquor. Those were your words.
I don't know what you expect me to say.
Don't say anything. Just listen. I was standing right at that door, and Harrington went back to your bed and made like he was going to sock you. I swear to you, Bill, it happened. I know it happened.
And Harrington, keep an eye on Forbes, will you? He can't hold his liquor.
Hey.
Why, I'm gonna let you have it, you fresh kid. I'm gonna fix this punk's wagon.
I wish somebody would.
I'm gonna tell the medics he's one very sick cookie and they should hold him for observation another 7 years. You think that's long enough?
I don't know.
And every Saturday night, Major Gart, the Colonel and I will phone you from whatever bar we happen to be in, and if you're nice, we might even let you talk to some women.
Let's go already. I hate long goodbyes.
Go on, both of you. Leave me here to suffer in my loneliness and despair.
Take care, Billy. We'll come in tomorrow to see you.
Meanwhile, you can all read about yourself. Better memorize this in case you lose it. See? 3 space travelers return safely. And nothing about your broken leg. Well, that's the press for you.
Get out of here.
I'm going to pick one up for my mother so she can frame it. One time, a fortune teller in a carnival in Des Moines said I'd be famous. It doesn't say anything about you, though.
Out. And did you pick up a paper on the way out?
Why?
You said you had proof.
I should have kept it, but it wouldn't make any difference now.
If you could show me in black and white.
Hold on. There's more to the story. When we got to town, Jack and I hit the bars. The first one was the Plush Monkey on 11th. You know the place, don't you?
Yeah, a dive. Beer signs and bar girls.
And a big mirror behind the bottles. We walked in trying to keep a low profile, but the blondes spotted us.
That's them.
No, it's not.
It is.
Don't stare.
Give me your hairbrush.
Welcome, gents. Take a load off.
With pleasure.
Say, aren't you the 2 guys who was up in space?
Not that far, just the ionosphere.
I thought so.
That and a couple of bucks should get us a beer apiece, right?
You bet your life, but never mind the $2. This is on the house.
Why, thank you, my good man. Very kind of you.
I don't get many celebrities in here, so go ahead, boys, drink hearty. You earned it. I don't even mind you cracking up the ship, and I'm a taxpayer.
I like your attitude.
Got a match?
Not since Superman. A light from my friend here.
Sure, pal, sure. Anything you want.
Evening, ladies.
Hi there, Captain.
Colonel.
Oh, sorry.
She's new in town.
Care to join us?
Hold that thought. I'll ask my friend.
You do that. We ain't going nowhere.
Hey, Jack. Something wrong?
No.
Look at yourself in the mirror there. Not exactly a happy camper.
I was just thinking.
About what?
I'll tell you after I taste the beer. To happy landings, whenever and wherever possible.
I'll drink to this.
Sorry.
Something is wrong.
That's okay. Ain't the last glass of draft in the house, let me tell you.
It just slipped out of my fingers.
Don't worry, I'll clean it up. Get you another one right away, Colonel.
You're sick, Jack?
No, I'm not sick. I just got this funny feeling.
What kind of feeling?
I don't know. Odd. Never felt anything like it before.
Maybe we should go.
Don't worry, I said. It was just for a couple of seconds there. It was like I didn't belong here. Like if I were to let myself go,
You'd what?
Like I'd disappear.
Here you go.
Thanks. Happy landings.
You don't like it?
I want to call my folks.
Good idea. I should call Amy, too.
Where's the phone?
All the way in the back.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah. Be right with you. I'd like to place a call. Collect, please. To Des Moines, Iowa. The residence of Mr. James Harrington. That's right. Oh, my number, let's see, Fletcher 90632. That's what it says here. My name, it's Jack Harrington. That's right. Thank you, operator. I'll hold.
I'm sorry about the broken glass. My friend's sorry, too.
Forget it. I can sweep it up as soon as I get my mop.
Clegg.
Yeah?
Come here. Will you come here quick?
Coming.
Please?
Does he need some change?
I'll see. What's up?
I just called home. Called my folks. My mother answered.
Yeah? How is she?
I don't know.
How come?
I told her it was me, and she said she didn't have any son named Jack. That's what she said. Can you beat that? I asked to talk to my old man, and when he got on, he kept saying for me to hang up. He didn't want any practical jokers bothering his wife. Said he didn't have any son at all.
That's weird.
Clegg, what is this? What's going on?
Gag, maybe, or...
No gag. It's part of this feeling, Clegg. The feeling I've got that I shouldn't be here. That none of us should be here. It's as if maybe...
What?
Maybe we shouldn't have come back from that flight. Maybe somebody, something, made a mistake and let us get through when we weren't supposed to.
Stay put. I'm going to get you a good stiff drink to go with that beer.
I have to.
I told you to stay here. Shot of whiskey, please. Make it a double.
Sure. Say, Colonel, you think you could do me a favor?
What?
Sign this newspaper? My boy'd get a big kick out of it.
Wait, where did you get this?
From the machine outside. Here's a pen. Could you sign it to Richie? Right on the picture.
But it's wrong. What is this, a joke? You have it printed up? 2 spacemen return and crash in Mojave Desert?
Huh? That's you, isn't it? Colonel Forbes? The other guy's still in the hospital, right?
Which other guy?
It says right here, Major William Gart.
But there was a third man. See for yourself. He's back there in the...
Back where?
In the phone booth.
It looks empty to me. Nope. Nobody's been in there all day.
What?
Buy me a beer, honey? I'm awful thirsty.
My buddy, the one who was sitting here on the stool next to mine. You just got him another... Hey, where's his beer?
What beer?
My buddy's drink. Colonel Harrington, where is it? The one you gave him in place of the one he dropped on the floor, right here by the...
Nobody dropped nothing on the floor. You see any broken glass? I don't. Dry as a bone, too.
What are you trying to pull?
I don't know what you mean, Colonel. You came in here alone.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy, you know that? Crazy, you hear me? If you think a thing like that, you got to be out of your mind. What do you want?
Room 8A. Here's your pizza.
Oh, yeah. How much do I owe you?
Let's see. I got the bill right here.
Keep the change.
Thanks. Hey, say, aren't you,
No. Yes?
Ready with your call to Des Moines.
Thank you, operator. Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Harrington, this is Clegg Forbes.
Who?
You remember me, sir? I had Christmas dinner with you and your wife last Christmas. You and your wife, and Jack.
Jack who?
Your son.
What is this, another crank call? Because if it is, it's not funny. Who is this, anyway?
Perhaps I don't have the right house. Is this James Harrington?
I'm James Harrington, but I don't have any son, and I've never heard of you.
You live at 43 Elm Street?
All my life. Got 2 daughters, both married. One lives in Sioux City, the other moved to Binghamton, New York last year. I should know whether I got a son or not. And don't call me again.
Now what? Look at that face in the mirror. I don't know myself anymore. Operator, I'd like Anderson Air Force Base, please. Commanding officer's residence. That's right. Call me when you get through.
You've got some nerve.
Amy, honey, am I glad to see you.
Keep your hands to yourself. You, Colonel Clegg Forbes, are a devious, miserable, two-faced, two-timing...
Amy, you won't understand this, but I need your help.
You send me a telegram that you're getting out of the hospital in the morning and that you'll meet me at the station at 2. Well, I was at the station at 2.
Amy, listen to me, please.
I was also there at 3, and I was still there at 4. I could have had my pick of several Marines and an elderly gentleman who owns 25,000 shares of AT&T, but there was a missing Air Force officer named Forbes who didn't have the simple courtesy to leave a message or even a number where he could be reached.
I can explain.
Do you have any idea how many bars I've been to? How many hotel lobbies? Did it ever occur to you to...
Amy, please!
You look terrible, by the way. All right, Clegg. What kind of trouble are you in? And what are you doing in this motel? Are you hiding out?
Oh, I don't even know where to begin. I sent you the wire because I did get discharged from the hospital that morning. Jack and I... The wire. It was in the telegram.
What was?
I told you that Jack and I were getting out. Wait. I wrote down the message when I sent the telegram. That'll prove it. I wrote it on a piece of paper. Now, where?
Wrote what?
Here it is. I wrote it right down here. See? It says, Dear Amy, I'm getting out at 9. No. I was sure of it. I wrote down that Jack and I were getting released from the hospital. Both of us, understand? Jack and I were...
Am I missing something? Who's Jack?
Don't you know?
I don't know any Jack. Who is he?
There were 3 of us in the ship. Gart, me, and Harrington. Jack Harrington. And I was with him, and he just disappeared. But you know him, Amy. You know him. You've met him 100 times. We've eaten dinner together. We've gone to dances together. We've double-dated.
Clegg, what is happening to you?
I don't know. I swear to God, I don't know, but... Yes. Put him on, please. Hello, General. This is Clegg Forbes. Yes, sir. That's right. General, about Jack Harrington. Harrington, sir. Well, you know Jack. We were in your wing at the field. We were there for your... Harrington, sir. Jack Harrington. We were on the X6 together. Jack Harrington.
Stop it.
Jack Harrington. Jack Harrington.
You need help. If you'll tell me who to call.
No, I know this is a put-on. That's what it is. A big, earth-shaking, highly complicated, practical joke. He's still back at the bar. Of course he is. Amy, that's where he is. He has to be. At the bar.
Clegg? Clegg?
Locked. Locked. What time is it?
It's late, Clegg. There's nobody inside at this hour.
Open up. I know you're in there. Come on, Harrington. You gotta be.
Don't!
Jack, you can come out now. Some joke, and I fell for it. Where are you hiding? The phone booth? That's gotta be it. Where are you, Jack? Please come back, will you? Jack! No. No! No!
That's some story.
I don't know what I did then. Just ran, I guess. All the way down the street like a crazy man. I left Amy standing there. I don't even know what happened to her after that.
And I don't know Jack Harrington. I never heard of him before now. He's an illusion or something. He has to be.
He's not an illusion. For some reason, he's been yanked out of here, taken away.
You're letting this get to you.
Didn't you hear what I said? He told me he had a feeling that maybe somebody or something made a mistake and let us get through when we shouldn't have. And maybe they'd be coming back to get us now. Maybe somebody from up there.
Clegg, it doesn't make sense.
And now, I've got the feeling, too. I've got this idiotic, oddball feeling. I don't know how to describe it. It's weird, Bill. It's just plain weird. Like I don't belong. I don't want it to happen, you hear me? I don't want it to happen to me, too.
Clegg! Oh, I gotta stop him. Somebody get him! Somebody!
Hey, did you want something?
Where is he? Where did he go?
Who?
Colonel Forbes.
Colonel...
I saw him run into the hall.
When?
Just now.
I didn't see anyone.
He has to be here. He can't just...
What are you doing out of bed, Major? You know, you shouldn't be walking yet. If the doctor saw you...
Somebody's got to help Colonel Forbes. Somebody's got to help him right away.
Grab a hold of my shoulder. Now, come on.
I'm talking about Forbes. You know, Colonel Forbes. He was brought in here with me.
In here?
That's right. In the other bed, next to mine.
Look, this is a private room.
What?
There's no other bed but yours.
No.
You see? All right, now, lie down. Now, raise your cast. That's it.
What do you mean there's... Oh, no. Dear God. What happened to the other bed?
Okay, try to rest. I'll call the doctor. Here, would you like to look at the paper? You're a hero. Do you realize that?
Spaceman completes journey. Lone traveler returns to Earth. Lands in Mojave Desert.
It's a nice picture of you. Would you like a glass of water?
Major William Gart. Just before his historic one-man journey into space.
Hey, Doctor. I was sorry to hear about that crash. What did they call it? The X6?
Yeah. Well, we do the best we can. When they come back. Sometimes it's out of our hands.
Mm-hmm.
At least it was an unmanned flight.
Well, that's the one consolation, I suppose.
Anyway, I wanted to check the ward. How are we fixed for beds? I've got some men in the infirmary.
Let's see. 2 open rooms at the moment, Doctor.
Great.
Oh, and number 14's empty at the end of the hall. It can take up to 3 if we move some beds in.
Well, that should do. Order some beds up from QM, will you, nurse?
Yes, sir. Right away.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Harrington, a man named Forbes, and a man named Gart. All were officers in the United States Air Force, trained for experimental flights into the upper atmosphere. They used to exist, but don't any longer. Someone or something took them somewhere. At least they're no longer a part of the memory of man. As to the aircraft, the X-6, it's still supposed to be housed in a hangar on the base, or it will be one day. For the record, it hasn't been built yet. It's still on the drawing boards. But be careful. Don't let anyone hear you arguing about the reverse, or they might question your sanity. If you have any questions about the aircraft or the men who flew her, be sure to speak softly and only in the Twilight Zone.